This is amazing residue right here. Reality residue from a parallel universe. Reality is actually made up of a blend of different timelines, different dimensions. Have you ever heard people refer to Gibraltar as if it were an island? They call it the island of Gibraltar?
Yeah, they do.
They do.
It's something that you hear quite often, yeah.
It's a phenomenon known as the Mandela Effect. I don't know if you've ever heard of it.
I've heard the Mandela Effect, yeah.
Yeah. But why is Gibraltar why did it host the Island Games in 1995 in 2019 when it's not an island?
Good question.
Here's a history, a different timeline of Gibraltar where it was never an island. Or this could also be residue from when it was an island. A mix of timelines converging together.
Airport terminal, as well as the...
Hello! Wow. This stuff looks ancient. An interesting picture of Dwight Eisenhower. I wonder what history he had here on this timeline. Makes no sense, guys. Just think about it. There's a reason why this doesn't make sense. The only way this would make sense is if Gibraltar was actually an island.
An island.
Today is day 4 here in the Gibraltar area. I'm currently walking to Gibraltar. I'm gonna try and make it to Ceuta tomorrow, which is the enclave, a Spain enclave connected to Morocco on the other side of the Gibraltar Strait. And so, you know, before I leave tomorrow, I'm gonna try and hike up the rock. I've been wanting to do that. I've been here for 4 days already. I have not hiked it. I'm gonna try and go to the Moorish Castle entrance, and this border control guys told me that it might be in like a 5-hour hike. The Moorish Castle is on the north side. That's the north side entrance, and I can hike it all the way south to the Europa point, I believe, and or the Jewish gate, something like that. And yeah, so today I'm gonna try and hike the rock and see what hopefully see the apes den, the Barbary macaques or macaques. I'm not sure how they're pronounced, but we're gonna go see some monkeys today, and let's see if we can speak to anybody about Gibraltar being an island. So I just passed border control again. I am back in Gibraltar, and I was asking the border agents if they know because tomorrow I'm planning to go to Ceuta, which is across the strait, and I want to rent a car. My plan is to rent a car in Ceuta and then drive it all the way to Peñón de Vélez de la Gomera, which is the shortest international border. And I was asking the border agents if it's possible to rent a car in Ceuta and then enter the border with it into Morocco. And it looks like none of them have a definitive answer. So I'm gonna try and figure that out. Hopefully there's people that know here. Pretty hard to believe that this whole parking lot was underwater at one point. That's what I'm being told about this area, and I've walked at least probably 15 minutes from the airport, and this whole area, the story is that this whole area used to be water, and you can kind of tell it was like some kind of seabed here, some water. And then that was the only way into Gibraltar, because all this was underwater. And I mean, the structures around here, it does look like there was water at one point. These walls, as I said it before, these walls are residue. For me, these are residue. Look at these walls right here. The water used to touch these walls, and I'm pretty far deep into Gibraltar right now. I'll show you guys where I'm at on the map, and that's currently where I am. So from here to there was like at least a good 10-15 minute walk. All this was apparently on the water at one point. Very interesting. This is evidence right here. I classify this as evidence. All this was underwater. These very old doors. Very, very old. This was the only way into Gibraltar. We're walking through it, and here's another old door to my right. There's the exit. It's such a short tunnel, and I can't believe that this was the only way into Gibraltar at one point. This is amazing residue right here, reality residue from a parallel universe. So reality is actually made up of a blend of different timelines, different dimensions, and that's the reason why sometimes things don't make sense. That's the reason why things don't make sense, is because reality is a blend of dimensions, of different timelines blending together. We got about a 13-minute walk left, according to Google Maps, to get to Moorish Castle. Almost there, you guys. You can see the elevation right behind me. I've only been going up a few flight of stairs for the past 5 minutes. I'm already feeling exhausted. This is going to be a very interesting hike. There's easy ways to get to the top of the rock by taking the cable car, but I prefer to take the hike the natural way. That's Algeciras, Spain. I'm here on Gibraltar, trying to reach the upper rock, and it's a beautiful view. Very steep slope, almost there. Very, very steep slopes just to get to the upper rock. Looks like the entrance to the Moorish Castle is right in front of me. I see some security guards there. I'm gonna ask them about the island. The flag of Gibraltar waving at the top of the Moorish Castle. Buenas. Para hacer la caminada, tengo que comprar tiquete. Ok, ok. ¿Alguien está ahí? Sí. Ok.
Quiero le dar la información ahora.
Gracias.
Dos pequeñas exhibiciones y los túneles de la Segunda Guerra Mundial. Los túneles de gran asedio unos 20 minutos, ya hacia arriba unos 45 minutos hasta el puente Windsor Los Monos.
Mira, yo estoy haciendo un documentario para mi YouTube.
Ah, vale.
Estoy haciendo una investigación.
Sí.
Durante tu vida, tú has vivido muchos años aquí, ¿verdad?
Sí, totalmente.
¿Tú nunca has escuchado gente que ellos refieran a Gibraltar como si fuera una isla?
Vale.
No
era.
¿Ah?
Lo era antes.
Era antes la isla.
Porque lo que era la parte del aeropuerto,
Ajá.
no era tierra, era agua.
Agua.
No estaban conectados.
Nunca estaba conectado.
Ahora sí porque...
Ah.
Pero de antes no, nada.
Ah, okay. All right, you guys, I got my ticket, and I'm heading up. I'm gonna do about a 4-hour hike today. Explore the rock. The guy at the front desk, the guy which sold me the ticket to the upper rock here at the Moorish Castle, in Spanish, he basically said, he's like, yes, many people have called Gibraltar an island, and his reasoning was because at one point the place where the airport was, that was actually all water. So that's what he told me in Spanish, and so I didn't go further asking any more questions because I mean, it's very hard to prove the case it's very hard to prove the case as to why Gibraltar is an island if he believes that well, if in this reality people are being taught that the airport area was actually all water. So it's even hard to prove that Gibraltar was separated by lots more water and not so attached to Spain. So it's kind of weird. I'm getting different mixed stories from so many people here about, you know, no one seems to know the actual answer, as if is Gibraltar connected, has always been connected to Spain, or has it always been detached by, or was it always detached years ago by a small little river in which the airport now covers? I'm getting mixed answers all the time. All right. Hey.
Morning.
Good morning. You work here?
We do indeed.
Awesome.
I think I do.
I'm doing a documentary for my YouTube channel.
Right.
Can I ask you a question?
Indeed.
Have you ever heard people refer to Gibraltar as if it were an island? They call it the island of Gibraltar?
Yeah, they do.
They
It's
do.
something that you hear quite often, yeah.
Why is that?
I think they believe it's an island because most people that don't come here, they think it's not connected to any other part. They just believe it's...
They believe it's like its own...
They believe it's its own little island.
Wow. But it's always been, according to what you know, it's always been attached to Spain.
It's always been attached to Spain, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
you've probably seen just how how it is. It's,
yeah.
You can walk across.
Because I'm getting mixed stories of it's always been attached, but then there's other people saying that there used to be a small river where the airport was. There was a marshlands. There was water there before, and then
that's how it used to.
Have you heard that?
I've never heard that before. I mean, it might be true.
Wow, the guy at the other desk down there just told me that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm getting like mixed stories.
They're probably older than me, so they'll know more than me.
Well, I'm actually studying this phenomenon where people actually they actually saw it on maps as an island growing up and throughout, you know, their studies, and it was separated by lots of water in between Spain and Morocco. It's a phenomenon known as the Mandela Effect. I don't know if you've ever heard of it.
I've heard of Mandela Effect, yeah. I've heard a few things on Mandela Effect.
Okay, great. So this is actually a huge geography Mandela Effect for many people. There's a parallel universe that many people have shifted into this universe, and Gibraltar was an island. And now they came to this universe and they see that it's a peninsula attached to Spain. And so this is, I'm trying to prove my case is that, you know, this is the reason why we hear a lot of people refer to this place as an island, is because we're having dimensional, you know, timelines,
yeah, like
kind of like leaking into each other.
Like a Rick and Morty, kind of.
Kind of like a Rick and Morty, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like a different dimension.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then there's another question, which is more evidence. Have you ever heard of the island games?
The island games are what's they do that here. The island games are done like.
I think they're done
from the island games. It's
they're done like every year or 2 years.
Like every 2 years, it's like a sporting event.
Yes, exactly. And it's a group of islands that participate. It's a list of 7.
From nearby, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got from Spain.
Right, all over Europe.
Morocco.
Yeah. It's a list of islands. And that's the reason why it's called Island Games. And if you look on Wikipedia, you will see all the participants are actually geographically islands, except for Gibraltar. So why is Gibraltar why did it host the Island Games in 1995 and 2019 when it's not an island?
Good question.
So this is my case, that this piece of land in another parallel universe in which we can't see, another time and space, this piece of land is actually an island, and this is why you actually hear a lot of people refer to this as an island, because we can actually interact with people from other dimensions. We're learning that that's who we are. We're actually the consciousness is interdimensional, and we can see different things.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah. So this is my case. I'm doing a documentary for my YouTube. So
it's a shame we don't have working it today, because he's very much a believer. Like, he studies like a lot of
a colleague of yours.
A colleague of mine, yeah.
Wow.
He's actually based on. If you go to the very top point of the rock, he's working up there today.
Oh,
you'll have fascinating conversations with him.
Oh, what's his name?
Louis.
Louis. Where can I find him?
Louis, you'll find him literally just at the top point of the morning. At the top point of the cable car. When you get the cable car to the very top.
I'm not gonna take the cable car though.
You don't have to. You can carry on walking up. And when you get to a little ticket point, you'll find him have the same uniform as us.
One I'm gonna ask around for him.
You'll have interesting conversations with him.
I'll look forward to meeting him. Thanks.
Yeah. One that doesn't really get told.
Wow.
Unless you know your history.
Yeah.
It's not a story that's very.
Wow. It's a pretty amazing tunnel up here.
The construction of much of the tunnel.
All right, doing an audio tour.
The north face. The balcony is named Jock's Balcony.
Here's a history, a different timeline of Gibraltar, where it was never an island, or this could also be residue from when it was an island. Like I said, this a mix of timelines converging together.
Airfield and airport terminal, as well as the to allow aircraft to land.
Wow, it is really spooky in here, you guys. Holy crap. Hello. Wow, this stuff looks ancient.
Just behind Clapham Junction is Jock's Balcony, the 4th Battalion of the Black.
I'm in here by myself, you guys. This is really spooky.
To land.
Gibraltar tunnels. So here's one interesting picture of Dwight Eisenhower. I wonder what history he had here on this timeline. This is the World War II cave. Here at the top of the rock in Gibraltar. The island in Gibraltar.
They were excavated out of the rock, so they weren't living here. They were evacuated to places like French Morocco, the UK. A lot of them went to London, Northern Ireland, Jamaica, and Madeira. So, I mean, the only people that remained in Gibraltar were like essential services, which at that time was mostly men.
Wow. So you have heard stories of ghost stories?
There are a few ghost stories. I mean, none that.
Anyone in particular that stands out to you?
None that I can remember of.
No. Have you ever experienced?
I've never experienced anything like that.
No.
Not here, nothing.
Wow. Cool.
I mean, it is a bit spooky, but nothing really.
Yeah, that statue kind of scared me. The one that was down the tunnel. Yeah, I'm like, holy shit, is that a person?
I'm just gonna open that up.
Yeah.
Usually we just close it off at the end of the day. Goes past. The last thing we want to do is lock someone in here.
So walking this tunnel down there, it's gonna take much longer.
Yeah, it only takes about 15 minutes. It's not
15 minutes. Okay.
When you think about it, there's 34 miles of tunnels in Gibraltar.
Wow.
There's more tunnels than what there is land.
Wow.
So
why was there so many tunnels? For what reason? For the World Wars?
It was during the Second World War, but even after the war finished, they still carried on excavating.
Wow.
Just in case there was ever any need to use them again.
Why was this piece of land so important in World War II?
Because whoever controlled Gibraltar controlled the straits. So you had the straits. You've got the boats coming in from Africa, from Europe.
The straits plural, like, or is it just one strait?
The Straits of Gibraltar.
The straits.
The straits, which is all the.
Why is it straits with a S if it's only one strait?
Straits because it's not just Europe, it's also Africa. Oh. So you get the entire
Yeah, that's another Mandela effect, is that people remember this being called the Straits with an S, but if you look on maps, it's actually Strait. And the reason why it used to be Straits was because when it was an island, to the north was a strait, and to the south was a strait of the island.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I've never heard that, but
Yeah, that's the reason why they call it the Straits. The Straits, sorry, with an S.
the strait. It was more. I mean, in reality, there was never really much that happened here during the war. Everything that was put in place was put in place as a precautionary measure.
Yeah.
But we never really saw much.
Yeah. I find it interesting how they found this a strategic piece of land because it controls the Mediterranean Sea, but yet across the strait is Ceuta.
Yeah.
You could say the same about Ceuta. So why didn't the British take that over?
I don't know.
Why was Spain able to conquer Ceuta and they weren't able to conquer Gibraltar?
And Gibraltar, and it's. I mean, there's always
no
a bit
sense.
of political problems with Spain.
Yeah.
And usually, when they do bring it up, you just say, "Well, why didn't you give Ceuta back to Morocco? It belongs to Morocco."
Yeah.
No. Ceuta is Spanish.
Yeah.
Well, Gibraltar is British.
Yeah.
That's kind of like.
But that's the thing I find so amazing, is that Spain was able to control Ceuta, like conquer it, but they weren't able to conquer this piece of land. And it's right across the strait. It makes no sense.
It's. I mean, if you ask
the way this would make sense is if Gibraltar was actually an island.
An island.
And it was separated.
I mean, you ask anyone well, not anyone, I'm sure there are some, but 90% of people want to remain British.
Yeah. I heard they took a vote.
Yeah,
if they want to be Spain or
2002, I believe it was, and it was.
Yeah.
I think it was like 96-98%.
I read about that.
That wanted to remain. So that wanted to remain British. So.
Wow.
But yeah. So just as you carry on, you've got.
I just left the World War II cave. The gentleman there at the entrance was very nice and very great guy. He told me that if I wanted to speak more to someone about the island of Gibraltar, and who is very open-minded about this stuff, knows a lot about the history and stuff, I should speak to this gentleman named Louis, that he is near the cable car at the ticket office right next to the cable car as I go up on the rock, and I'm looking forward to meeting him and just having a chat or two for a few minutes. As you saw, I was speaking to the gentleman in the cave. I was pointing out that why is it called Straits of Gibraltar when there's only one strait? Makes no sense. And how is this piece of land, strategic piece of land for World War II, when you have southern Spain right there, and that body of water goes into the Atlantic. Southern Spain would seem like a more strategic piece of land because it's closer to the Strait of Gibraltar than Gibraltar actually is, if you look on the maps. And how was Spain able? Why didn't the British take over Ceuta? Why? It's literally across the strait. Makes no sense, guys. Just think about it. There's a reason why this doesn't make sense. Alright guys, we're here at a city under siege. Looks like a little fortress. So man, the music makes you really feel like you're in colonial times here. Very nice display. It does really feel like I'm in a war zone on the island of Gibraltar. In some other space and time, this place is an island, and it still exists as an island. But I appear in a reality, and I can see a reality in which it's not an island. But this should be an island. So, alright guys, I'm about halfway up the rock and got a long way to go. But this is a beautiful view up here so far. We can see the airport that did not exist when Gibraltar was an island. Such an amazing view and Beautiful view here from the top of the island. Now it's connected to Spain. Algeciras, the bay. My hotel is right around there somewhere. The great siege tunnels. Another beautiful view is like the higher you go up the rock, the more beautiful the view is from the island of Gibraltar.